starting this morning off with a little bit of coffee and some First Aid Beauty Hydrating Mist and Too Faced HangoveRx Primer. I needed all the hydration that morning. It was an early morning, a late night. I'd had a couple drinks. I wasn't truly hungover, but I was very tired and needed a lot of hydration and help. So I'm using the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation in W2. This is the lightest shade, which is kind of surprising because it's pretty dark, but I'm just going to use my Real Technique sponge to buff that in. My Real Technique sponge is damp, so it's providing a little extra moisture. The coverage of this is pretty good. If you are not moisturized enough, you will come out looking like a lizard, just an FYI, because that's happened to me a couple times. But on this day, I feel like I hydrated my skin pretty well, so I was okay. So I'm just taking that sponge all over the face, buffing that foundation in. Then for brows, I'm taking the L'Oreal Brow Plumper and just putting that through my brows, nothing too fancy. My cheeks needed a little extra coverage, so I'm just going back over with a little extra foundation. For concealing and highlighting today, I'm using these two products, so just applying a bunch of concealer on my under eye bags, which were really prominent that day, and then going over top with that highlighting pen. This highlighting pen is pretty good when you have another concealer. You can't just use it on its own. It's not pigmented enough, and it's just doesn't cover dark circles, so you definitely need a concealer and then to pop a little bit of this over top. I'm also applying it on my nose, my forehead, and my chin just to kind of even out the highlight. To set all that concealing work in place, I'm using my Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and this little e.l.f. blush brush. My favorite thing to use to set my under eye. This is going to not only brighten, but it's also going to set everything so it doesn't move throughout the day. To highlight my skin, I'm using this Revlon Photoready Skinlights. It's just a little liquid highlighter that comes out, and you just tap it, as you can see, on the top of the cheekbones to add a really nice, natural, subtle glow. Popping a little bit on my nose as well. I just wanted to look nice and dewy and hydrated. To amplify that, I'm using this blush by Maybelline. It's a Master Highlight Blush. It is a little sheeny. It's not glittery, but it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So it's really going to perk up your cheeks and make you look alive and glowy. And I can't help myself, so I went over with another highlighter. This one's by ColourPop. It's called Lunch Money. So I'm just dabbing that on top of that highlighter that we had already put down. For the eyes today, I'm using this CoverGirl trunaked Goldens palette. This is new, just using this pretty golden color on my finger and applying that all over my lids. I didn't prime today because I just wanted a really light wash of that color on the lid. I wanted to add a little bit of definition to the lash line, so I'm just taking this dark brown shade at the end and applying it really close to the lash line, just with the little applicator that comes with the palette, and then I'm just going to use my finger to buff it in and just diffuse that color. I didn't want anything too harsh. I wanted it to be really soft, so the finger is a great tool to use just to diffuse everything. I wanted to tightline my eyes, so I'm using this little pencil that came in my Sephora Play Box. I wanted to add some definition to my eyes without adding a bunch of black to my lash line, so tightlining is a great way to do that, especially when you have hooded eyes. For mascara, I'm using my favorite ever, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara, and then to add a little bit of life into the inner corner, I'm taking that ColourPop highlighter again and using this pencil brush to slap a whole bunch of highlighter in there. I also wanted to do my brow bone just to, again, open up the eyes. For lips today, I'm using this NYX Lip Liner and this Ariana Grande lip gloss. This is from her collection with MAC, the Viva Glam campaign. All money goes towards an AIDS foundation that MAC has created, so all the money goes to a really good cause, and it's a really pretty lip gloss, either on its own or over top a lip liner, and that's the way that I really wanted to wear it that day. I wanted it to be a little bit darker, but nothing too dark. So this is pretty much the finished look, you guys. I'm just going to use a little bit of this NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray just to really amp up that dewy factor and set everything in place. If you like this look, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below with any suggestions, things that you want to see. I really liked this makeup and it ended up sticking around pretty much all day. It's just nice and fresh and clean, perfect for going into spring. Again, I'll go over to my Facebook page and like and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.